Hi guys! Today I will be discussing and rating some of the animals that hang out in the national parks. Thank you to the National Park Service for all of these pertinent facts. So first up is the sockeye salmon. It's this guy. See him? He hangs out in Olympic National Park in the Quinault and Ozette River systems. The males have a hooked nose. They develop large green heads and red bodies when preparing for spawning. And there are also some populations that are landlocked, and they're called the kokanee, that spend their lives in the lake and are smaller in size. And babies are called young fry. Their numbers were in the millions in Lake Quinault, but now they're dwindling to less than 5,000. I rate the sockeye salmon 10 out of 10 for creepy eye contact and 12 out of 10 for the Christmas color combo that they've got going on. Okay, next up, the yellow-bellied marmot. Look at this guy. So the yellow-bellied marmot can be found in Rocky Mountain National Park. They are the largest members of the squirrel family. They dig elaborate mazes of burrows, and when they feed in the open, they have one marmot stand still as like the sentinel, like keeping watch, and that sentinel can whistle when danger is approaching. The National Park System says that when they're above ground, they spend much of their time fattening up and resting in the sunshine. Another fun fact, they build up fat stores so that they can get them through 200 plus days of hibernating, and they only need to take 2 breaths a minute when hibernating. So I rate the yellow-bellied marmot 10 out of 10 for sunbathing abilities and 13 out of 10 for having a watchman who can whistle, because I can't even whistle. Next up is the one and only bighorn sheep. Pew, pew, pew. So the bighorn sheep can be found in Rocky Mountain National Park. They are the largest wild sheep in North America, and they have white patches of fur on their rump, muzzle, and back of the legs. They have wide-set eyes for a large angle of vision and specialized hooves for precarious cliff climbing. The rams live in bachelor groups, and the ewes live with younger lambs. So they basically have their own fight club when they compete for mating rights. And these bighorn sheep also have a 4-part stomach for digestion, and they seek out natural salt licks in the parks. So I rate them 10 out of 10 for toxic masculinity and 12 out of 10 for bravery when climbing and clambering on the cliffs. So next up is our little guy, the mountain beaver. This guy. So mountain beavers are found in Olympic National Park and in Point Reyes. They are a primitive and unusual species of rodent. Their burrows have separate chambers for excrement, food storage, and nesting. But they're seldom seen and elusive because they feed at night. They need to consume 1/3 of their body weight in water every day because they have simple and inefficient kidneys. And during the Vision Fire in 1995, a lot of the mountain beaver populations in Point Reyes were greatly affected, and it is expected that it will take 25 years since then for them to recover. So I rate the mountain beaver 13 out of 10 for being elusive and mysterious, and 10 out of 10 for maintaining an organized home. Next up is Next up is mountain goats. Here they are being removed. Here they are being removed from Olympic National Park because they are not native to the park, and there are currently complex removal efforts taking place. During these removal efforts, they sedate them with tranquilizers, they cover their horns, and their eyes are covered with masks, and they put them in slings, and they're taken by helicopter to the Cascades mountain range. And they exist in the park because in the 1920s, sports hunters released a dozen goats into the area, and that would later become Olympic Park. It wasn't at the time. These goats are attracted to humans because of the salt in their urine, in their sweat, in their food, and in their camp wastewater, and they tear up and trample fragile meadows, so basically they're kind of a menace and don't belong in the area. So I rate them -1 out of 10 because they're such meanies, and I guess 10 out of 10 for the way they look in those slings, because it's honestly kind of cracks me up. No offense taken, I hope, to the mountain goats. Next up is the cougar, which, here's that guy. See him? Cougars are found in Yellowstone, and their scientific name is Puma concolor. They're one of the largest cats in North America, I think second to the jaguar. And the National Park Service describes the cougar as having a cryptic nature, and they prefer rocky and rugged terrain. They're solitary hunters, so visitors rarely see them in the parks. And many cougars were killed in the early 1900s as part of a predator control effort, but they bounced back in the 80s. So I rate the cougar 12 out of 10 for scare factor. I mean, look at those teeth. I would not want to be anywhere near that guy. And 10 out of 10 for kind of rising from the ashes. And last but definitely not least is this little guy, the kangaroo rat. He can be found in areas such as Death Valley National Park, and the kangaroo rat is closely related to the pocket gopher. They have very large eyes, but their ears are incredibly small, and they weigh the same as a granola bar. So the kangaroo rat collects seeds at night and stores them in their cheek pouches, and they're known as the masters of desert survival. And they have almost no need for water, and to get away from their predators, they can jump 9 feet at a time, and they also have a great sense of hearing, so they're able to escape fast and sneaky animals. So I rate this guy 13 out of 10 for hops, because look at him jump, look at him go, and 11 out of 10 for being deemed the masters of desert survival. Like, they've really made it. Congrats, guys. And thank you for watching this video. Check out my Instagram at BHSheepExist. Thanks.